Okay, so let's get started. You all know the difference between 90s kids and 2K kids. Yes or no? Anyone from 2K kids?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Santosh.
Santosh.
Yes, Santosh.
Okay, not even a single person is from 2K. Okay, I can see one person. Okay, now tell me, who are the lucky people? 90s kids or 2K kids?
90s.
90.
90s.
Any reason?
It is.
80s. Oh, that's good. Any reason why 90s kids are good than the 2K kids?
They gone through all the they have gone through all the generations like technology wise. They have enjoyed all the things.
Okay.
More experience as compared to the 2K.
More experience than the 2K. Okay. Tell me one point 2K kids are better than 90s. They have seen all the technology when they are born. They have everything. Nowadays, if you see kids are using smartphones. In my case, I have to take my new smartphone only after my first salary, which was in 2014. And nowadays, even kids are having smartphones, lot of things, technology, IoT, artificial intelligence. Oof, I
Riding
can keep
bike,
saying that.
uh, riding
Sorry?
bike, motorcycle.
Yeah. So any one point like 2K kids are better?
Advanced technologies they are using all
Yes,
these.
Advanced
iPad.
technologies,
Yeah,
iPad. Okay.
yeah.
Let's get started. And I asked this question for a reason, right? Now it's time for us to understand what is this aged Power BI and young Power BI, right? Now we are all using Power BI. It's one of the best business intelligence tool that we have ever witnessed. People who already know it, you'll be understanding how this was very helpful. Whatever the data we have, we were able to convert that into reports. And Power BI, it was launched in the year 2015. And today I can say that it is almost 9 years old. Maybe next year it will turn to a decade, like 10 years old, almost 10 years now, nearing to 10 years. Honestly, one of the best ever tool that we have, which can convert any data into reports. But always you take any tool, you'll always have some challenges. Okay, I will not say it is perfection. No, there are some flaws. Now it's time for us to see the negative side of Power BI. All these days we are seeing only the positive side. It is good, it can do that, it can do this, you can convert into charts, data cleaning, you can write DAX functions, you know, all the positive side, right? Now it's time for us to understand a slight negative points, and for that you need not worry. Microsoft has already given the solution for us. Let's see what is that solution. Okay, now let's get started. First of all, we'll try to understand, is it a best tool? Yes, that's completely understandable, but doesn't mean that you will always overload it. See, I can teach Power BI, right? Can I teach 24/7? Definitely no. If I can teach daily, maybe 1 or 2 batch, okay, fine, I can do it. But if I want to teach 5 to 6 batches or maybe 10 batches in a day, I cannot do it, right? So everyone, whether the person or a tool, has some threshold. Until the threshold, you can start using it. But beyond the threshold, if the tool becomes overload, at one point of time, it will burst like a balloon. You keep blowing the balloon, blow it, blow it, blow it, blow it. At one extent, it will reach a threshold. Anything after threshold, you start filling the air, it will burst. Now, since we are in this data-driven technologies, the data keep on increasing every single day, every single minute. The data keep on increasing. And we know that Power BI has a capacity to refresh as early as 30 minutes. In every 30 minutes, you can keep getting the new data. And obviously, in every day, we can get new data. And at one point of time, that should not be a burden, right? Now, yes, it's one of the excellent tool, but that doesn't mean that you can make it to work every time. You cannot overload it. You can use it for the own purpose. What is its purpose? The purpose is very simple. It is good for reporting. It is good for charts. It is good for drag and drop. That we agree. But all the other things which we are doing, right? Why can't we do outside Power BI is my first question. See, I cannot do every work. I can hand it over to some people, right? Let's say, for example, if I'm the trainer, imagine if I'm teaching, if I only collect the fees, if I only talk to each one of you, if I only teach, what will happen? So definitely that will be an overload to me, right? So that's why we have 3 different people, 4 different people, 5 different people for each work. The same thing, what we thought is from the Microsoft perspective, why are we doing all work inside the Power BI? Power BI is the best for visuals. Use it for only for that purpose. For all the other tasks, why can't we remove the burden? Now that was the first thought that we had. And for that, what we have done is, whatever we were doing in the Power Query editor, which is again a part of a Power BI, which was helpful for pulling the data and doing all of the data transformations and data cleaning. Now we are thinking to put that into another tool, which is nothing but Azure Data Factory. At this point of the time, you don't think about what is this Azure Data Factory. Think about only there is a replacement. I wouldn't say it is completely replacement. It is like a proposal that we are giving. Can we alternatively use Azure Data Factory? Right? So whatever your Power Query was doing, now can I put that load into someone else? And who is that someone else? It's nothing but Azure Data Factory. What is Azure Data Factory? Where it is coming from? When it was born? I'll tell you all later. At this point of time, my only objective is to reduce the burden from Power BI. Can that be done? Definitely yes. Who is the person who's going to help us going forward? It's not Power Query. It's going to be Azure Data Factory. Okay. Problem number 1 solved. Problem number 1 solved. What is this? Azure Data Factory. Now, at this point of time, just think that Azure is one of your relative. Just think that Azure Data Factory is one of your relative. Okay. So you're not able to handle it within the Power Query. So you're asking someone's help, and that someone is nothing but your Azure Data Factory, who is your relative. Okay. Next, Power Pivot, which is basically that whatever the transformations or appending the data, filtering or merging, all you would have done this, right? This is again a part of your Power Query editor. It's like a subset of Power Query editor where you are like joining it, we are appending it, we are merging it, we are filtering it. All this we were doing it. Now I am thinking to reduce that burden also, and we will push it to another tool, which we call it as data flow. So data flow, again, it's a subset of your Azure Data Factory, which we had discussed in the previous slide. So for Power Query, your Power Pivot is a subset. Similarly, your Azure Data Factory, your data flow is a subset. It comes inside that. Now I'm trying to find who is the equivalent person. Like, see, whatever Sachin Tendulkar has done for India, now Virat Kohli is doing for India, right? He cannot be like a Sachin, but he is definitely close to Sachin. The same way, I am not here to replace one with other. I am here to have at least one person as a backup. In case if my Power Query is not able to do that, I should have a person who can do this. And that is nothing but your data flow. Now, we also know that most of the data that we receive to your Power BI will always be from your, right? We always get the data from your SQL database. Around 60 to 65% of the data, we get it from the SQL database. Whether you connect to a direct query mode or import mode, somehow you're getting from the data. Rest 40% you get in the form of a flat files, Excel files, JSON files, XML files, you get it, right? But majority of the data, we get it from SQL database. But this SQL database is like your on-prem SQL database, which is like residing on some server. And for this server, always you need to pay more. It's not easy to get a server, I'm telling you. In this world, to store the data and to get the on-prem server, it's like they are like giving more price and still achieving to get it, but they're not getting it. So the one which you see on the left side is like your on-prem SQL database, which is residing on the server. But now I'm trying to move this data to the cloud. What is that cloud? That cloud is nothing but Azure SQL. So I have tried to find an alternative solution. The alternative solution which I'm trying to find out is, for Power Query, I was able to find out. For Power Pivot, I am able to find out. For the on-prem also, I am trying to find out. Now, these three things, if you are doing it 100%, this burden of Power BI is going to be reduced. Again, I'm telling, I am not going to replace it. I'm trying to find an alternative. In case in future, if these tools are not capable of handling it, don't worry, we again have an alternative. So the entire show, I can run it with this. Touch wood, it should not happen. By chance, if something happens to my system, by chance, if something happens to my power, by chance, if something happens to my internet now, do you think the show will be stopped? Do you think the session will be stopped? Definitely no. Maybe another person within our team will immediately jump in, at least give you an update, at least talk something which could be your questions, they could answer, right? We have an alternative. Maybe they may not teach Power BI, but at least they will try to complete the session, right? Now that's called a backup. That's what we are going to do now. We are not going to completely replace. In future, if something happens to the existing systems, we already have what needs to be done, right? We could simply push all the transformations to another tool. We can simply push all the data which is coming from SQL to Azure. Now, all this, I can simply say that these tools which you're seeing, which is nothing but your Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Flow, as well as your Azure SQL, all these are actually your family relative members. All these are relatives. Okay, why I'm calling relatives? Because all these tools which you're seeing on the screen, which I'm saying it as an alternative, the good thing is they are also Microsoft products. I am not taking someone outside our relative. I'm taking out inside our family itself. So all these are, which is something coming from our Microsoft itself. Who is our parent? Our parent is Microsoft. From Microsoft only we have Power BI, and Microsoft only we have something called Azure. It's a good thing for us. So I can easily trust my family rather than going for other tools. The reason why I opted for choosing this is, it's just because for both of them, the parent is Microsoft. And I need not tell you about Microsoft. A brand is always a brand. Google is a brand. Amazon is a brand. Microsoft is a brand. If someone has to touch the brand, it takes a very much efforts to come as a challenging. And I can proudly say that being a Microsoft employee, I can say that there is no other tool which is matching near the Microsoft. It's a good thing, correct? But as I said, we have found the alternative. Now, what we were doing is, actually, as I said, all these are the tools which you're seeing on the screen, which is nothing but Azure SQL, Azure Data Flow, Azure Data Factory. All these are like your relatives. Relatives means it could be your cousins, they're staying outside. They're not staying inside your house. Inside your house, you, your mom, your dad could be your family. And all those who are like relatives, who could be from a neighboring family or a close relative, far relative, we can call it like this. But again, we again added some challenges here. I understand that we are using some alternative tools which can reduce the load of the Power BI. We are happy with it. But somewhere in my mind, I was thinking that, and sometimes it happens, okay? In real time, it happens. It's easy to trust strangers, not your family members, right? It happens. Okay, I'm not pulling anyone here, but I'm just saying it happens. Sometimes it happens. It is easy to trust your strangers, but not your family, right? So I had again a challenge. Hey, what if these tools are like taking care of our data? I'm sharing my business data, and these tools definitely they can see my data. They can see. I mean, of course, it's a family only. They are all from Microsoft, but still somewhere you were thinking, is it good to go? Can we do this? Can we give it to them? Will they take care of the data properly? Now, all these challenges we had, right? All these challenges we had. Now, it's all something we do. See, it's not will happen. Okay, it's a Microsoft product, means both are Microsoft products, but it's like our overthinking. Okay, we call it as overthinking. Mm, can we really give it to them? Why we need to depend on others? And another problem which we had is I need to take care of pricing both for Power BI as well as the Azure, which is nothing but my cloud. I need to take care of both. Initially, I had only one license, which is nothing but my Power BI license. You get it, you pay $20, $25, get the license, do the reporting. But now the task has become heavier. Though it is very helpful, I need to manage two people's cost. I need to manage two people's services. I need to take care of two services. Now it was a bit hard for me. Apart from that, 9 out of 10 times, this Azure ADF was a very, very helpful tool for us. Remember the word Azure Data Factory, which is a short form as ADF. ADF is really, really, really helpful. I would say it's more than your close friend who can help in all the ups and downs for your Power BI. Especially what your Power Query editor was doing, whatever you were doing, we were able to do with the help of ADF. But the only challenge is I need to pay for both. I need to pay for both. I need to pay for this person. See, nothing comes free in this world. If someone is doing work, you have to give them the whatever the price they are asking, we need to give. So that is what is happening now. For ADF also, I need to pay. For Power Query also, I need to pay. Fine, I'm not worried about payment. In that case, 10 out of 10 times, this is a very good options for you to build your projects. Okay, well, Power Query is replaced with ADF. Power Pivot is going to be is an alternative, that is ADF data flow, and SQL database. We can again push all the data into Azure SQL, which is nothing but again it's a cloud. So far so good. But as I've told you, there are few pricing concerns that comes into picture. So we had posted this to Microsoft, and Microsoft came up with another update on May 23rd, 2023, which is nothing but Fabric. Microsoft has come up with another update, just 1 year old. Okay, so today is June 6th. So I can say that this Fabric age is 1 year, 8 days, 8 or 9 days. If this demo had happened last week, I would have told it was just exactly 1 year old. So Fabric, they have launched. This is not a small update. They have really worked hard. I know the pain that the Microsoft has taken to come up with this. Right, I have seen all the ups and downs of Microsoft's growth. They have come up with a beautiful environment for us, which is called Fabric. I'll tell you a small secret about Fabric also. Okay, a Fabric, it's like similar to your clothes. There will be a fabric, right? It's like a thread. It's like a thread, right? Take one big thread. If you see, that thread will be made up of small threads. That is Fabric. Take your cloth. It's a fabric. What is your cloth made of? It's made up of small threads stitched together, and that's why you're wearing a shirt today. A fabric is a small thread which has been stitched together to call it a fabric. Fabric is a normal cloth. And here they have collected all the bits and pieces from all of the supporting services that we were getting, and they've come up with a beautiful update which is called Fabric. And good thing about this, if tomorrow I am going to apply a job, I will be showcasing I have 1 year of experience in Fabric. The same applies to you now. You learn Fabric now. By the time you go and search a job, you and me will be in the same boat. For Power BI, I can say right from the beginning of the Power BI, I'm learning. I may have 9 years of experience. And you people say that, yeah, I've learned from here. Maybe I can show maybe 1 or 2 years experience. But for Fabric, we're all in the same boat. The reason? This is a technology. This is a environment that Microsoft has come, which it's hardly 1 year old. Even I have to learn, even you have to learn. Now, this Fabric was launched on May 23rd, 2023, which is last year. And this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful that it becomes like a one-stop shop for all of your analytical solutions. Any solution you want, you approach Fabric. You approach Fabric, right? But I can say that this still takes time to become effective. It still takes time to be effective. Okay, I'll give an example. Whatever your Azure was doing, all this Azure is doing, right? Here, Azure SQL, Data Flow, Data Factory. Now we can get it within the Fabric itself. We can do it within the Fabric. But there is one hiccups here. And I want you to tell me the answer for this. Okay. You have 10-year-old kid. Okay. People who are married, you have one 10-year-old kid. And you have another kid who is 1 year old. Okay. Who's 1 year old. Now, 10-year-old kid is actually called Azure. 1 year old kid is called Fabric. There is a fish tank in your home. Okay. And you are asking your kids to drop food to your fish. You're asking to drop food for your fish. Straightforward question. Whom will you ask? 10 years old kid or 1 year old kid?
10-year-old.
10-year-old.
Why? Your 1 year old kid also can walk, can listen to you, can understand you. What is the problem in telling this 1 year old kid?
You have experience how to do the things.
Due to the experience, 10-year-old kid know more than 1-year-old kid.
Now, you just gave the answer.
We have the ability, but that 1-year-old kid not have that much of ability.
No, I'm saying, right, 1 year old kid can still walk. 1 year old kid can still speak. 1 year old can still understand your language. What is stopping you to tell him?
Perfection.
Very good. That experience and perfection matters. So
10
even
year,
though, yeah, go ahead.
the 10-year-old kid knows how much I should power into that tank, but 1-year-old doesn't know. He can power all the packets up.
Yeah, yes, very good. So your kid makes a difference here. 10-year-old kid will have a bit of maturity to handle the things. Whereas, see, this new tool, which is a Fabric, can be better than this 10-year-old kid. That I can assure you. Right? Your second kid will be better than your first kid. Because it would have seen, right? It would have seen whatever you're doing, your kids, it can learn from your elders, everything can do. I can assure you the Fabric is going to rule the world. Are you getting the statement? Your Fabric is going to rule the world. In the entire analytics, it's going to be one of the best in terms of giving the complete solution. Not immediately. It will take time. Though it was launched in May, up to December, it was bit of in a pilot mode. it was like in a preview mode. From this January only, they have started making it more useful and we have started using it. I've already built a couple of projects in Fabric. Very openly, I'll tell you, I have built only 2 projects. I have, if you ask me Power BI, I can clearly say I have built 80 reports. I have worked for 80 clients. But if you ask me Fabric, I have built, very openly, I'm telling you, I've built 2 projects. Because it is 1 year old, it was in preview. We have to explore, we have to do a lot of research, we have to go through the documents. And from January, we have started building the projects. And in that 2 projects, you will be learning 1 project as part of this course as well, right? Now, as I said, whatever your Azure is doing, you are going to do in Fabric also. Now tell me, you give me an option. Should I teach Fabric first or should I learn Azure first?
Azure.
Azure.
Should I teach Fabric first or should I teach Azure first?
Azure.
Yeah.
Azure.
Azure only.
Azure.
Azure only? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to Azure. Now, if I want to learn about Azure, first we need to understand what is cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Okay. I'll tell you a couple of incidents which happened in the recent times. Okay. A lot of people visit me for just asking after education. I mean, after 12th class, which group I should take. Can I take engineering? Can I take a lot of people I give advice. Okay, people who are especially who are coming out of the freshers, right? Who are like going for a colleges and they ask me, which course is good? Can I do data science? Can I do artificial intelligence? What should I do? I'll ask all these questions and give answers. Okay. A lot of people even text me and ask, this is a good course. Can I do that? Can I do this? I give suggestions. And a couple of people recently reached out to me and I'm asking, what is required to get sustained in IT? Okay. The first thing that you need to know is you need to have a decent communication. We are not expecting to be a fluency in English. Even I am not fluent in English. I just think and speak. Every word I speak, I just say, okay, this is a word, I can use it. So it's a very basic English I speak, right? I'm not speaking any like complex words. I'm not using any grammars here. I'm not focusing on anything else. For me, the other side of the people should understand. That's my only objective. If I'm in Bangalore, if I'm in taking class, my way of speaking will be as simple as this. If I go to US, UK, Canada, Germany, the way the people are, I adjust my speed, vocabulary, formation of words. I adjust it, right? I can speak as fast as what US people speak, or I can speak as slow as what Sri Lanka people speak. So I can do both, right? Now, with this, I told them, if you want to survive in IT, communication is first important that you need to have it. Then, okay, communication, I will learn. What else? I told, if you are like having a knowledge on any technology, whether you're a UI developer, Java developer, middleware developer, or you're working for any data-driven technologies, try to understand SQL first. SQL will come till your last day of your retirement. The last day you retire in your company, until the last day, your SQL will come with you. So learn SQL. So SQL and English. This two is enough. Is it enough? For now, it's enough if you are a fresher, right? Now, before giving the understanding about this cloud computing, I think I've told you this. I passed out in 2014. So I completed my BE. After that, I also did MBA. So 2014 is the year I completed my all the education part. Okay. It's almost 10 years now. So right from the day one until today, I'm working in IT. So you can consider me as a 10 years experience, 10 years solid experience in IT. Okay. Now, 2014, when I passed out, I was from an engineering college in Bangalore, and the branch which I was part of it is CSE. What is CSE?
Computer science engineering.
Computer science and engineering.
Computer science and engineering. Okay. Now, the college which I studied was a decent college. Okay, it was not a big college. I'd say it was a decent college. We had around 4 branches. We had 4 branches. One was CE, one was CSE, one was ECE, and one was ME. Can you tell me what is all this?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering.
Electronics and communication, mechanical engineering.
Electrical and communication engineering, mechanical engineering.
Okay, I've just written the shortcuts. CE stands for civil engineer who can build the houses, metros, everything for us. CSE is like a computer engineer. EC is electronics and communication engineer. I don't see much difference, but still they work with some electronics thing. I don't know. And the last one is mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineer works with mechanical things like levers, cars, mechanics, all these things. Okay. Now, 2014 I completed. 2017 we started KSR. Okay. When I was 3 years itself, we started teaching. 2018. A lot of my friends got to know from my college, like my juniors, right? And they started joining our institute. So slowly, they know, right? My senior is teaching somewhere in the institute, so let me learn. So all of the juniors who did not got placed, they started joining our institute. So with the help of this, what happened? Our college people also got to know about us. Our headmasters, HODs, they also got to know about us. So they told one thing, hey, can you come us and take a guest lecture for us? You are part of this college. This is your college. You have got placed. You're like part of the institute. Why can't you come and teach? I just went. Okay. And you know, right? All these old memories, even I do now. All my colleges, schools, I still go there. Okay. It's memory is something which you cannot rub it off your heart, right? It keeps on reminding you from where you come from, right? It always keeps on reminding you. So I thought like, okay, let me go to the college. This is the first opportunity that we got. When? This all happened in 2018, okay? 6 years back. 6 years back. I'm talking about 6 years back in 2018 when I went for a guest lecture. The shocking news is I just wanted to visit all our corridor, like where exactly my classroom there. Where I just, the session was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I went at 12 o'clock. Okay, because I just wanted to have food in my own college canteen. I wanted to meet my teachers. Because of them, maybe I'm here, so I was grateful to them. So I wanted to visit all the teachers, places, all my classrooms, everything I wanted to visit. I went at 12 o'clock. A lot of close friends was working with me in mechanical engineer and civil engineer. I was looking for where exactly is the branch. Where is civil branch? Where is the civil department? Where is mechanical department? You know, the shocking news is in 4 years, they've completely removed the branch. This is true story of what happened in my college. They've completely removed these branches from the college. That doesn't mean that the college is not doing good. The college is doing good. I asked, where is this branch? It's gone. What do you mean by gone? They told that we have a new branch. You know what? Cloud computing engineering, machine learning engineering, data science engineering, artificial intelligence engineering. See, the trend has changed in 4 years. I'm talking about 2018. Where I was there, it was 4 branches. In 2018, when I'm going to my college as a guest lecturer, and I can see there are 6 branches. Whatever you're learning, I'm telling you, the kids whom we consider as a 2K kids already know this. This is a slap on our face for 90s kids saying that, guys, whatever you're learning, we already know this. We have already mastered this for 4 years. It's a slap to us for 90s kids saying that, guys, we have already learned this for 4 years. You still don't know? Don't you know what is cloud computing? Now, I will not consider as a slap. I'll consider this as an opportunity to learn. Now, that's why we are learning cloud computing. Now, the third thing, why this story started, because the third thing which you really want to add in your profile, first is your communication skill, the second is your SQL skill, and the third thing is in the next 5 years down the line, your cloud computing, which can be any cloud computing, has to be there in your resume if you want to survive in IT. If you want to survive in IT, each one of you has to learn this technology, has to learn this framework, which is nothing but your cloud computing. Because I'm telling you the story behind 6 years back, which is 2018, and now we are in 2024. You can guess what is happening in the market, and if you are still don't know what is this cloud computing, then we are going in the wrong path. With all that, let's learn what is this cloud computing. Is the context clear? Are we all set to learn cloud computing? Yes?
Yes, sir.
2029. I'm not a person who predicts future, okay? I was a data scientist where I always work with historical data and predict the future. But post-COVID, I've stopped predicting. COVID, we never even expected. It was not even there in anyone's dictionary. Suddenly it came out of the syllabus and it was COVID and pandemic. All the entire world got affected. So that day I stopped predicting future. So tomorrow what I will teach, definitely I'll not tell you today because it's not in my control. Tomorrow if I'm there, I will take, right? So that is what is happening in the world now. So I'll not tell you future, but something which I'm forcing you is 2029, 5 years down the line. If you are not aware of any cloud services, you are not fit for IT. The statement looks a bit harsh, but if you want to succeed in IT, you have to learn one cloud. Your cloud is really important because 2029, the people who will review a resume, first thing they will see is, does this people have cloud computing knowledge? And today, 6th June, you're starting. This is a right opportunity for you to learn this. And by the time you come to 29, you will always be ahead. You're already below now because there are a lot of people who already know this. As I've told you, we have a cloud computing engineering itself is there. So we're already below par. Now we cannot go still par. Let's learn this technology. And 5 years down the line, when the entire market says that you have to have the cloud knowledge, you can stand like a boss and say that, yes, I do have 5 years of experience in cloud. Okay. With all this motivation, let's get started. Let's get started. Okay. Now, we've already discussed this Power BI's problems. Now, what I'm going to do, let's come back to the story again. Okay, let's come back to the story. Day one, I don't want to dump all the technical terms. Let's keep it very simple. Okay, 2017, we started to think, what is the same work, same routine? You people also feel demotivated, right? The moment you wake up in the morning, oof, what is this, dude? Daily same work, same breakfast, same faces. I need to go and again work, same manager. Life is getting hard, right? And don't worry, this is a universal problem. Every single person on this earth will always feel this. What am I doing here? What am I doing on this world? Yes, definitely you will get this, right? It's not only me. Even if you ask our prime minister, third win in a trot, first time, three back-to-back wins. If you go and ask Modi, Modi also will say, yeah, I also sometimes feels demotivated. It happens. You're going to ask the richest person, he'll say he's always demotivated. It happens, right? And as I said, it's not your problem. It's a universal problem. 2017, I also felt the same thing. What am I doing here? Every day working, office work, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, weekend sleep, Monday to Friday work, weekend sleep. What am I doing here? That is where we started one institute, and the institute was KSR. Now, before starting KSR, we wanted to start as a business, something we wanted to do outside our 8 to 5 job. So, talking about business. So, if I ask you, see, we had a passion of starting an institute. But if I ask you what business you want to start, you'll say, I want to run a supermarket. You'll say, I want to rent a car rental. I want to be a organic farming. I need to do organic farming. So you'll start sharing a lot of ideas, right? Now, I want the session to be like interactive. First step to start a business, what is needed?
Market
Investment.
research.
Investment capital.
investment.
Planning.
Business idea.
People who say investment, you
Knowledge.
don't even know what you are going to start. First of all, how investment comes into picture? Whether you are going to start a vegetable shop, or you're going to start an institute, or you're going to start Amazon, you still don't know. How come investment comes into picture? So what's the first thing required?
Planning, sir.
Business ideas.
Knowledge.
Understanding current market.
So first idea, what you are going to start.
Exactly. The first thing is you need to get an idea. Without idea, what investment you will have it? Right? I want to start a business. What is that? You need an idea whether you're going to open a supermarket, or you're going to start a milk shop, or you're going to run a business, or you're going to run a institute. You really don't know. Without that, how do you get this investment? So the first thing we need is idea. The second thing is investment. Now I know I want to start an institute. To start an institute, we need one trainer, we need one laptop. So the laptop price is 1 lakh. So the investment we have to make is 1 lakh. Like this, I can calculate, correct? So idea comes first, followed by investment, followed by strategy, like how many trainers I need, how many people I need. One person cannot be used for collecting the fees, talking to the students, running the show, taking the session. Not possible. We are not God here to do every work. So we need people. So how many people we need? All the strategies we need. Finally, we need source. Like where can we get people? We need to reach out to college, we need to reach out to students, we need to reach out in YouTube. We need people, right? We need people for attending the class. For taking the KSR as an example, we need people. If you people are not there, do you think I'll simply speak on my own? Definitely not, right? So I need people. So we need source. Then, very, very important thing. Today, you people are in this session because somewhere you would have seen our website. If we did not have LinkedIn channel, if we did not have YouTube, if we did not have any of the websites, do you think you will join? Do you think you will join?
No. No, not possible.
7 o'clock, I take this session, right? Do you all know that every day, 5:30 to 7 o'clock, I'm also taking tuitions for the people from 8th standard to 12th standard? I'm doing this. Did you all get to know before this? You have been with me for almost 4 months now. I'm taking a tuitions for 8th standard to 12th standard. I almost take for 40-45 people who come to my home. We have a terrace, we have a special room for that, and I'm teaching them 8th standard to 12th standard. I'm teaching them. Did you all get to know? Did you all knew this?
No.
No.
No, Santosh.
You know why? You know why? You know why you did not know this?
Didn't share that.
Phones are updated on website or anywhere.
I don't have any website. I don't have any website. Just my father has put one small board, tuitions from 8th standard to 12th standard, and it is on my gate. That's the only thing which we have done. And that is why you people are not aware of it. But how do you know about KSR? How do you know about us? How do you know about me?
You do website.
Website, advertisement.
Website, YouTube, advertisement, Instagram, LinkedIn. I can keep saying it, right? Now that's the difference between KSR and the tuitions which I'm running. I'm not running for business. I'm just taking, okay, fine. I can teach. Okay, come here. I can teach. As simple as that, right? But the important thing here is you need to understand that we have to have a website. Without website, how can you consider this as an institute? If I say that KSR is an institute which does not have any app, which does not have any portal, which does not have any website, and if we are asking to join, you will think twice, right? So application is very important. Then people are accessing it. They go and verify, they go and talk to our team, and they go and check, they go and inquire where we need to store information. We need a database. Database is really necessary. If you ask me, KSR is having a database. Without database, there is no KSR. We have to store all of your information. Today, Anand, Kiran, Karthik, Kaushik, everyone has joined the session. Means where I can get it? I need to store somewhere. To store our business data and to run our business, two things is really required. If you ask any popular companies, everyone will have a application, everyone will have a database. Now, these two are very important to run your business. Okay, all good. Now, let me talk about what I can do next. 2017, we started our KSR. Any guess what was my first batch number of students?
20, 50.
1%.
1%? You think I was that bad trainer?
No, youths.
No, it's 4
50,
members.
50, 50.
Well, the answer is very much correct. I had one student in my first batch. That one student was one of my relative. Since I got placed in 2014, he also got completed in 2014, but he did not get job. His mom forced me. That is nothing but my mom's sister. My own cousin was my first batch, first student. And that guy was very, very lazy to the core. And that's why he did not get job. Both are from same age group. I was also passing my engineering in 2014. He also passed engineering in 2014. 3 years, nothing he did. And that is why he was on the other side and I was on this side. So he was my first batch student. Actually, I ate him to the core. But today I'm feeling very happy because of him, we are in this position. Because we got him job by training him. And the struggle was very hard because I used to go to his house for teaching. He will not come to my house. I used to go to his home. I start in the morning 5:30. I wake up at 5:30. I have to cycle it. I do not have a vehicle. I have to cycle it. I have to go to his house. I have to wake him up. He's the laziest ever guy I've ever seen. I have to wake him up and I need to give 15-20 minutes time for him to fresh up and come. I have to wait idle. I have to start the session at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 to 7:30, I have to take the session for him. 7:30 again, I have to travel back to my home. 8 o'clock, I need to go to office. 2017 and all, there was no COVID. There is no work from home. I have to go to office. Again, I have to come back late night. And then I have to be prepared for the next day. This is what I've done for entire 6 months. One day, after going to home, he will say, today I'm sick. I'm having a headache. You come tomorrow. I have to cycle for 25 kilometers. Again, come back 25 kilometers. But very proud that he got job. So what happened? Once he got the job, his family, my family's friends, everyone got trust on us. My second batch was 5 members. My third batch was 10 members. My fourth batch was 20 members. Now all this slowly started increasing every batch. See, one person gets a job, he goes and tells his friends, and those people gets a job, they go and say. So mouth of word is really important for us, right? If someone is asking, hey, is it a good institute? Yes, it's good. They will teach it? Yes. So this how we got 1, 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20. Now, let's talk about me now. The first person is my very close relative. I know his name. I know his parents' name. I know his home address. I know even his dog's name. Okay, by the time I go knock the door at 5:30, the dog barks. So I have to talk to the dog also first. I know his dog's name. I know his name. I know parents' name. I know his home address. I know every inch of his information that happened in my first batch. Now, second batch. I cannot visit 5 people's house at a time, right? So I asked them to come to my house. 5 people. I cannot go to 5 places. I asked them to come to my house for a tuitions. I asked them. The only information I knew is what is their name, which area they're coming from. Because I need to plan properly the session timings. One person will say I'm coming from 25 kilometers. One person will say I'll come from 5 kilometers. So it's hard for me. So what I did, I asked them the area. So the second batch, the information which I'm storing in my brain reduced it. From the first person where I stored all of his information, even the dog name I was able to remember. The second batch, I was able to remember only the batch, area they come from and their names. Third batch, again, I did the same thing. I am least bothered which area you're coming from. You tell me your name. If you're coming to the class, it will be good for you. That's how I changed my mind. Fourth batch, we changed from offline to online because 20 people are, some people is saying I want to learn from you from Delhi. Some people is saying I want to learn from Pakistan. What I will do? So we started online. So in online, I used to remember only their phone numbers. Why phone numbers? In case if they're not joining the session, immediately I'll give a phone call. So I used to store. So 20 become 40. I cannot remember 40 phone numbers. So I started storing in my Google contacts. I used to store batch 4, Anand, batch 4, Kiran. Like this, I used to store the contact. 5th batch, 6th batch, 7th batch, 8th batch. And today, the batch number which I'm taking for you is 443rd batch. Your batch is 443rd batch in the last 7 years. Do you think I can remember all of your names? Is it possible?
No.
First batch, that person's dog's name I know even now. But if you ask my last batch, very openly I'm saying I don't even know anyone's name. I don't even know anyone's name. The only one person's name I know is whoever speaks in the class. Whoever speaks in the class, only those people's name I know. Apart from that, I can't even know. If someone from the KSR management asks, hey, is this person joining your class? I'll say, who is that? They'll say, tell one name. I can't even tell that. That is the stage I am because I can't remember. Right? Now, in 443rd batch, do you think I'll still store all the contacts in our Google contact? Definitely no. We need to have more information stored. Now that is where we started using Excel data. I started to store the data in Excel. So Excel was our first source where we were storing the data. In the Excel, maximum how much data I can store? 1 million, which is nothing but 10 lakhs. After that, today, it's like a small institute. Let's assume that we have 40,000 students. Tomorrow it becomes 4 lakh students, I can still store. Day after tomorrow it becomes 40 lakhs, I cannot store. Where will I store? I thought of opting for database, Oracle database. And one of the popular database, MySQL database. But even they have a limit. I can store only 5 GB. I can store only 2 GB. So what should I do now? What should I do now? Where can I go and store? And in fact, now KSR is also offering you recorded sessions. Whatever I'm speaking for the last 1 hour, every single word has been recorded and you can listen multiple times. So recordings I need to store. My screen share I need to store. My audio I need to store. Where can I store all this? And the total size of the data is 2 terabytes. Where can I store now? I cannot store in my Google Contact. I cannot store in my Excel. I cannot store in database. Where can I store? Do you want to know where you want to store? Yes?
Yes.
Cloud.
You
Cloud.
want to know where it want to store?
The cloud.
Yes.
You have to wait for?
Tomorrow.
To know where it want to store, you have to wait for 24 hours. Sorry, 23 hours. Okay? So this is about the introduction and we will meet tomorrow. Any questions? Any questions what we have covered so far?
Yeah, hi Santosh, Swaroop here.
Yes.
Yeah, so by the end of this course, we'll be able to, have some grip on Fabric and Azure Data Factory, as far as your explanation seems. But my question is, let us suppose that we get hired by a company and they don't have any infrastructure with respect to Microsoft Fabric, and so will we able to suggest them the solutions or uh, solutions if they want to extend to Microsoft Fabric from the existing platforms they have?
See, very honestly, I tell you, if you want to learn Fabric, if you want to learn Azure is okay, different concept, but if you want to learn Fabric, the person should have already understood Power BI. With Power BI only, we are learning Fabric. It's a new tool, new environment. So anyone who's opting for this alone, you have to know at least something about Power BI. But if you don't know anything about Power BI, then you have to start everything from beginning.
Yeah, I'm asking this question as an experienced Power BI developer.
Yeah, in that case, this will be the right opportunity for you to only Power BI. It's not going to help you having Azure Data Factory knowledge along with Fabric, because as I said, it's 10 years old and 1 year old. So it's like if you know both, you can definitely focus more.
Got it. Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
My name is Rahul, sir. I'm from Mumbai. Sir, for learning these technologies, should I have a good experience in Power BI or understanding Power BI only is enough?
Knowing Power BI is an added advantage. If you don't know Power BI, don't worry. We will be again starting Power BI from the beginning. It went for 3 months, 3.5 months course. You'll be learning again. But if you already know Power BI, right away you can join at this position.
Okay, sir. Once already in last batch, I asked to the team. They told me that if you are a fresher, you should not learn this technology. First, you should have industry experience. Then only you can start.
Nothing like that. I would never say anything about the getting the knowledge. Whether you're a fresher or experienced, knowledge is a knowledge, but you will definitely have an opportunity if you learn everything from the beginning. So at this point of time, maybe they would have suggested directly entering Azure or Fabric may not be the right opportunity for a fresher. But knowing anything from SQL, understanding business analytics or data analytics will definitely add value to as a fresher.
Okay, so thank you.
Yes.
So basically, this course is about Azure Data Factory.
Yes, we'll be focusing on Azure Data Factory.
So how long is this course? Like how many?
Azure Fabric as well as, Azure and Fabric, which will come up to approximately around 1 month. So I can say that it is almost like 25 to 30 hours.
Okay,
As I said,
once we
it's just, see, this is not a complete course. We are actually learning a component of this course. This entire course, if you see, it's a full stack Power BI. We started with SQL, we started with Power BI. Power BI we have learned extensively for 3.5 months. Now we are jumping into the Fabric, which is a component of this course. So it's like a portion. So for this learning this 1 month of course, you should already have the Power BI knowledge. If you don't have the Power BI knowledge, never mind. We'll be starting again from the fresh. You can join there.
So once we are done with this course, Azure Data Factory, so later what it's going, Are you going to place any placement?
See, placements, we will give you the guidance in terms of resume preparation, and we'll understand where you're from, what is your background, and we will help you to get the proper support. But in terms of referrals, we can give referrals, but end of the day, you have to sit, you have to give the interview, and you have to search by yourself. But support wise, whatever support you need, until you sit in the interview, we'll give you support. Like in terms of resume preparation, helping you, guidance, taking mock interviews for you, giving assignments, homeworks, projects, everything we will do.
Because I have joined another institute, but I was not satisfied for Power BI and Azure Data Factory. They said it's a lifetime course, but it's not up to the mark what I
Yeah,
expected.
you can attend 5 sessions. After then you can decide.
Okay.
You're not going to ask any fees up to 5 days. You attend 5 days class, you compare with all the other institutes, you check the facilities they give you, you see the recordings, you go back, you check everything, you come back, then you can decide. Because end of the day, it's your hard-earned money. We don't want you to waste it here, but you can take a decision. Whatever decision you take, but check the understanding, whether you're understanding or not. Even now, I'm not saying that you have to join my class. If you understand, you join it. If not, you can always opt for the best institute.
Yeah, I have attended your class before also for Power. I like the way you teach. So
yeah, please wait for 5 days. Once you complete the free sessions, then you can take a call.
yeah, sure.
Hi Santosh.
Yes.
Actually, I have joined this course earlier. Like I paid fees on 24th of April for Azure and MS Fabric, and I was told that I will be moved to this new batch. So could you please look into it?
Reach out to our admin. They'll help you. Okay, I'm not aware of this, but you can reach out to our admin. Our admin can help you definitely. Okay.
Can you give me their number?
Yeah, you can get it from our website.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi Santosh, Prajakta here. I just wanted to know about the licenses, if there's anything needed for Fabric in Azure. So will that be provided? How is it going to be?
I mean, for licensing, we will already give you. Okay, we've already given you for the Power BI. The same will be continue with Fabric. If you're joining newly, you'll get a new account. You will be giving the complete credentials which is required for a data analyst with Power BI licensing. Everything we will give you.
So one more question, Santosh. So from Fabric's perspective, are you going to give a high level exposure to Fabric as your?
See, there is nothing to learn in this 1 year of implementation because the tool itself was in the premium mode. I mean, it was in the preview mode, but from the January, they have made the support, and I have built 2 projects. So I'm going to teach you 1 project in Fabric. So that should give you the complete clarity. In future, if any new concepts comes, if they are updating, as of now, whatever they have updated, for example, this I'm starting today, right? Till yesterday, what they have updated, everything I'll cover. Whatever the new updates. But after 2-3 months, if they're coming up with more things, we will keep you posted. We will help you to understand. We will pull you in for some of the guest lectures. But Fabric will be doing 1 project. That should be the course content.
So on a high level, it is just working on Power BI using Fabric's environment, right?
Yes, correct. Okay. So with that, we'll stop here. Again, we'll meet tomorrow